Welcome to Mastery Podcast, where stories reveals the secret of the empowered and abundant life. Today, we have with us an exceptional guest, Alex Dumas, who specializes in coaching enthusiastic, ambitious, and integrity-driven coaches. He helped them attract dream clients and elevate their standards for success. Alex's journey is a remarkable one. He began his career working with special needs individuals and managing a group home before transitioning to sales and marketing. Welcome, Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you. I like cooking compliments.
Yes.
Thanks for being here, Alex.
Thank you for having me.
And Alex, tell me why you do what you do. What is a story that kind of transition you from sales and coaching group homes and stuff like that to what you're doing right now, coaching coaches?
Yeah. In the nonprofit space, I spent a decade of leadership supervising homes, opening up group homes. And in the nonprofit world, what I started to realize is that there is not really a profit for me unless I wanted to move up to a director level, executive level, and that would require more time and energy and being on call 24/7. And I burned out from that around 2013 and made this shift into a new career. And in the sales world, I was so excited about learning about people and having different conversations than I was in this nonprofit world where there was always problems, there was always fires to put out. Here, I was able to start thinking about creating things and reaching out and helping people with solutions. And my journey into coaching really started in 2014, where I was working a role in financial services, building up the team, recruiting people, and helping people with financial literacy. The next year, I had what I would consider the worst year of my life, where my son was born. 3 days after he was born, my mother passed. Wow. And it wasn't an unexpected thing. This is a kind of ongoing situation where she had fallen, broken her hip, and had strokes, and we were preparing for the end. A few months after that, I lost my job. I was fired from my full-time work. And that was the first time I ever experienced that. First time I ever experienced that. And I was humiliated. I've lost my job. I'm grieving. I have this newborn son. My daughter's 4 at the time. So all these things are in my world that are happening, and I'm still working on building this business. And it was a challenge because I just didn't have space for myself, right? It was just one thing after the next, go. No time to be upset. I would find pockets of time to kind of cry and scream. But outside of that, I had to put on the good face. All right, be strong for everybody and carry on. But my business suffered as a result of that. And in 2016, this is a real pivotal year for me because I made the decision to go back to corporate. And I was resistant at first for a while, right? I kind of felt like I had to surrender, defeated, had to tuck my tail in. But that setback was the setup for my comeback, because it introduced me to the world of coaching. I had never seen professional speakers before, digital marketers, life coaches, business coaches. So I got to go to conferences. I got to have conversations with people who are in 6 figures, 7 figures, and the light bulb turned on for me because my background's in psychology. So understanding people's behaviors, habits, their routines, I was very immersed in that. And then this world where I could see, oh, you can make actual money from this. You can make an incredible lifestyle for yourself for this. I want to learn more about that. And so that's been this process for me since 2016 of learning about it, honestly being obsessed about it, just learning more about myself. And the great thing with coaching, and to your question about why do I do, the more that I find out about myself, the more that I discover who I am and excavate these different challenges and different disempowering beliefs I may have had, the more I get to serve other people, the more I get to awaken in them their own brilliance, their own genius. And when you can see somebody across from you and they get it, it's one of the best feelings in the world. And that's why I love what I do. That's why I love doing what I do.
Wow. I'm sorry for your loss.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
That's a rough thing to go through. Many things at one time, right, that you experience. And you make something great out of your situation. Yeah. And I want to commend you for that. Thank you very much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
Now, Alex, you believe that everybody should win, right? Why is that? And, we live in a world where, some people lose, some people win, but you have a different idea. You said everybody should win.
Yeah. This is a principle shared with a former coach of mine. His name is Rich Habits, which is hilarious. It's a great name, Rich Habits. That's a perfect coaching name.
Rich Habits.
Yeah.
Is that his real name? Or?
Yeah, that's his real name.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Richard Habits, yes. So he introduced me to this distinction about everybody winning, right? Everybody being there for each other, everybody supporting each other. But if you want to go back fast, rewind, this principle really started when I was in the financial services realm. This one particular incident happened where my broker of the office, my supervisor, if you want to call him that, I discovered that a deal that I was working on or that should have gone to me, right? I use the word should, but I don't like to use that kind of victim language, but for purpose of this, they should have gone to me. I discovered that it didn't. It was worked kind of behind my back in secret. And it was something I discovered one day, and it caused a separation for me. It caused this rift of, well, that's not right. That's not fair. What about me? This is supposed to, right? I had this animosity, this frustration behind it. And it actually propelled me into the world of coaching because it made me look at business different. It made me look at, would I want to operate that way? Would I want to have a team member treated that way like I was? Would I want anybody to experience that? So that planted the seed for me to think about, well, what does it look like for everybody to win? What does it look like for me to get what I want and also help other people get what they want? Zig Ziglar has that great quote, right? You can have everything you want in the world as long as you help somebody else get what they want too. And that principle has always kind of been within me. I've always wanted to make sure other people aren't mistreated. That's what inspired me with my work with special needs people. I want to make sure that people are advocated for, are supported. And how I carry that now with coaching, I look at that as a beautiful exchange. The better I am as a coach, the more that I win, the more that I'm able to demonstrate and change people's lives. That's a ripple effect. If I help you with something, if we were to work together, you come back home now as a better wife, as a better mother, as a better entrepreneur. How many people does that impact?
Absolutely.
Right? How many people get to benefit because of who you get to be versus so much of what you get to do?
Absolutely. I love the word that you use, the ripple effect, right? The one good thing that you do, right? The work that you do, coaching coaches and coaching others, and it had that ripple effect. I love it because everything that we do affect everything and everybody. Yeah. Like what you do here, it had ripple effect until the end of the earth.
Yeah.
I heard that term from one of my mentors too, because he started the school and he wanted to create that ripple effect. And that's a great thing you're doing out there in the world.
Yeah. I mean, if everybody wins, it doesn't have to come to a place of I cut your throat to win. I don't have to step on you to ascend. What if I can bring you with me? Exactly. Wouldn't it be more powerful, more fulfilling that I have a victory, you have a victory, and we celebrate together versus, oh, Alex is so great. Why is he on TV? Or why is he podcasting and I don't, right? It's a very scarce mindset. And I'm a believer of abundance daily. I'm a believer that there's more than enough for everybody. Mm-hmm. So why can't we all win together?
Absolutely. Love that. Love that. I'm going to put that on my, I have this whiteboard in my office. And one of the things I wrote is love everything with God's heart. That's everything, everybody that you come across, right? It doesn't matter how they are being at the moment. And I love that when you say everybody wins.
Yeah.
And it should be like that.
Yeah. Even that setback, like I explained,
Yeah.
I can release that judgment of those people now. Of course, in the moment, I'm upset, I'm mad, but that's who they were deciding to be. But without that incident, without that happening, would I be here? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Exactly. Everything happened for a reason, and it's for you, right? Everybody can decide to be a victim or the victor. And this happened to you. It's actually happened for you.
Yes.
If you take it in a positive. And that's amazing how you make what situation that you experience in your past and create positive out of it. Love that. Thank you. Now, Alex, you created this group. It's like a group of BIPOC, like BIPOC, is that it?
Yes.
BIPOC coaches. Why is it important for you that the BIPOC coaches become successful?
Yes. So for anyone who isn't aware of what BIPOC is Black, Indigenous, people of color. And at least in this experience in America, if you're not aware already, people of color have had a tough time. Let's put it like that. There's a long history.
Just a little bit.
There's a long history of different injustices and things like that. And relating to coaching, what I saw and what some of my peers saw was this underrepresentation of who we are as coaches, right? The International Coaching Federation, ICF, one of the biggest governing bodies in the coaching space, doesn't even have an accurate record of how many coaches of color there are in the world. So that tells me that they just don't have the data. They're not tapped into who we are. And one of my peers, the founder of the collective, her name is Reem Labib Tyson. She started this in July 2020. And her intention at the start was really just to network, kind of shop talk, just have a space for different people, different races, ethnicities, backgrounds to come together and just collaborate and figure out some different opportunities. And I found my way into the collective in September 2020. And every month we would meet, we would just gather, we would talk, and I would start to see the momentum building of like, man, more people are showing up. More people are interested in this. A lot of people are contributing. People are getting business from this, right? People are winning, which is really important. And in February of this year, 2023, we decided let's launch this as a full-on membership, right? Where people pay into this and we give them amazing resources, opportunities, connections, things like that. So we want to be a place where when you think about a coach of color, when you think about brilliant coaches, health coaches, life coaches, business coaches, doesn't matter. We want that BIPOC Coach Collective to be the first place, like the face of it. Nice. And that's to say other organizations we're against you. We want to collaborate with you all too. But the importance of that is, for me right here, we're both people of color. I'm not sure, I haven't seen many folks who look like me express these different ideas or talk about how to create abundant life, how to release judgment, how to build a business with authenticity, how to serve clients in a space where their businesses are growing and they're making this massive global impact. For the most part, if you look on a flyer for an event, it's usually maybe one or two faces, right? Your quote unquote token faces to see of other white coaches, entrepreneurs, old rich guys, old white women. And there's nothing wrong with that. I have a lot of those people in my network. But what I'm saying is I'm not interested in fighting for crumbs at that kind of table. We have all the resources available to build our own table. We have enough brain power. We have enough genius, enough drive, enough opportunity where we can do this for ourselves. And that's what I'm really excited about with this collective. And I'm proud of the progress we've made so far. And we're just getting started. That's the most exciting part for me.
Nice. That is great. Wow. That's what wonderful group to be in. I know one of my friends is in your group.
Yes.
Yeah, Gina.
Yeah, Gina's amazing.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend there. Yeah, she's an amazing woman. And if your group, the collective, is like Gina, like you, and you guys are awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. So BIPOC is one of the way that you experience coaching, right? Where coaches come together, and you do many things when you're a coach, right? You evaluate people in different way. You coach them in different aspect of their life, and I have this question for you, Alex. How has coaching changed your life?
Oh my goodness. I'm not sure we have enough time. I can go on for hours.
I have all day. I'm more sure about the camera crew there.
I will put it like this. Coaching has allowed me to ask myself better questions because I'm a believer that the quality of questions we ask ourselves greatly influences the quality of lives we lead. So pre-coaching, right? Let's call it BC, before coaching. Questions I would ask myself would be like, why is this happening to me? Why is life like this? Why does he have that? Why is she like this? How come they're doing this to me? Right? This would be the stuff I would ruminate and obsess about over and over, day to day. And you can imagine what kind of days I would have, right? Something would happen, someone cut you off. Oh, they did this to me and now my whole day's ruined. It's shattered, it's falling apart. Here I am, grumpy guy.
Right. Like, I'm a victim kind of attitude.
I'm a constant victim. Oh my goodness. If only my mom had said this to me more. If maybe I got more hugs here. If maybe I was involved in the family more. Maybe if my high school coach, brought me up more, right? All these different things, all these places where I was deflecting the real issue. And when it always comes back to, it's me. I'm pointing the finger everywhere else except here because I got to protect me. I can't be the problem. It's them.
Exactly. When you point, someone told me, when you point a finger at someone, it's one finger pointing there and three finger pointing back at you.
Yes.
Right? So.
And what coaching unlocked in me was these different opportunities to start asking myself better questions. I started to think about, what would you like to create? Interesting. Create? What do you mean? I have a choice? You mean the way my default setting is that the world is bad, I'm weak and powerless, I have to do crazy things to get attention, to get approval, right? People pleasing. You mean I have a choice? That's interesting. What would I like to create? Who would I need to be in order to be a better parent, to be a better husband to my wife? Who would I need to be a better coach? Wow. That's interesting. That's possibility now. There's space for me to think versus this closed vacuum of this is the way life is. This is how it's always going to be. Too bad, so sad. I can create. And once I really got awakened to that possibility, to that opportunity, I mean, you talk about like rocket fuel, just taking off, where now when I work with clients, when I work with people, and I hear those, I call them buzzwords, right? If I hear something like, oh, I need to be doing this. I have to, I should be, it's supposed to be. It's like music to my ears. It's like, oh, hallelujah, right? It comes to me.
Hallelujah.
Yes. Because now I have a place where I can help them shift. I had this conversation with this young lady a little while ago, and she was expressing how she wanted to build her coaching practice and she's getting into it. And she said something really interesting. She's like, I need to be on social media more. I need to be doing more marketing. I was like, okay, I have a game for you. And I like to call them games. I don't like to assign homework because nobody likes homework, but people are interested in games.
I'm back in school.
Yeah. Love a game. If I tag you, you're going to run. If I tell you homework, you're going to be like, I don't want to do that. It's resistance. So I invited to this possibility. Would you be open to taking the need out of it and looking at what you get to do? You don't need to do it. You don't have to do it. What if you get to do it? And she, I mean, if there were sparks, if there was TNT, dynamite, you would have seen it like blow up in the background. She just went, oh my goodness, you're right. I get to do this. I get to make a choice about this. We need to have a conversation. So we're going to be having a coaching conversation. We may have a partnership out of this. But this is not something I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to get anything from her. My point for that is I'm listening for the gold to somebody. I'm listening to when they're in their mind having this cage, right? Because our words create our world.
Right.
She was caged in of, I need to do this and I got to, and this is how I get to.
Right.
She steps out, she steps forward.
Change your perspective right away, right?
Right away. It's mind-blowing. And that's the gift that's been given to me over and over with the powerful coaches and mentors that I've worked with. And it's really my responsibility, it's my duty to help other people do that too.
It's life-changing, right?
Yeah.
If like, you know, we all sitting here, right? And a lot of people in my circle, we all have coaches. And the first time you experience coaching it's amazing. It's like everything that you know, this little box here just got this wide, and the world just opened for you to create, and you're no longer like living in a box.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Yeah. And the right person is going to be receptive to that. The person who's growth minded, the person who is ambitious, who is enthusiastic about changing and can have some tough skin. I've had some conversations with coaches where I joke about it like this. If I don't want to punch you in the face, then I don't know if you're coaching me, if you're the right person for me. If I don't walk away from a session or turn off my computer and go like, oh, I hate him. Oh, she pissed me off. She triggered me. They pushed me. But then, space, reflecting afterwards. Oh, they were right. Yeah, I'm not showing up authentic here. Oh, I'm still blaming in this area. Oh, I'm not showing up powerfully in this setting. Roger that. Okay. Yeah. Now I have a space to change. Now I have a place to grow instead of thinking I'm right. I know that.
Right. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Alex, with all that said, I kind of have an idea the type of people you like to work with, enthusiasm and all this, open-minded. But I just want you to kind of explain to us a little bit. Who do you like to work with?
Yeah. You touched on a couple of traits already, right? The enthusiasm. I love people that are fun. The people who've done the best work with me, they're ambitious, they're relentless, they're service-based coaches. And I love working with those folks who I kind of call maverick entrepreneurs, where they're kind of running and gunning. They're kind of just going from this to that. There's no set protocol for them. And what I would love to do is just slow them down. And that's been a common theme of the work I do with people. They're like, wow, you really slowed me down. Yeah, I'm not here to slow you down in the sense of make you stop completely, because most people get that confused. They think, oh, slow down. That means I stay on the couch, eat Cheetos, do nothing for the day. No, it just means let's be more intentional. Let's be more methodical, systematic.
Right.
And
strategic.
Yeah, strategic, right?
Right. When people are running around doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, right, they end up doing nothing. So your role is kind of bring them into focus.
Yes, bring them into focus. And that starts with the questions, the communication. I call it win-win communication, where they're winning within themselves. They're asking themselves powerful questions. They're getting tapped into who they are, right? Their operating software, if you want to call it that, their way of being. Because I believe you can't outdo who you're being, right? Yeah. I can't go. I used to be in that space when I was working in finances, right? It was get up at 5 a.m. in the morning when I was living in New York, go to Wall Street, hit the train, eat pizza, run and gun, and not take care of myself. There's no time to work out. I'm getting up at 5. I got to work till midnight, sleep for 2 hours, 3 hours, and repeat the process. Yeah,
I bet 99% of the workforce out there can relate with that story. Me included. In the past, I was like, driving down the highway. This is my short little story I'm going to tell you. This is what changed a lot of things in my life. Driving down the highway, going to work in a hospital, and something prompted me to look up at the sky. And I looked up. The most gorgeous, beautiful sky. And at that moment, it was many moons ago, y'all. I came a long way. But I realized at that moment, oh my gosh, years have passed. And I didn't look up. I was like, literally, the story that you just say, go, 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 go. And didn't stop. Eat, in the car, I'd run my kids to the soccer practice and this and that. And then, 2-3 jobs on the side. And you got to slow it down, right? You slow them down and said, hey, what do you want?
Yeah.
You can create this. You can create the life that you want.
You can choose to go from that go, slow.
Yeah. Intentional.
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Alex. This has been a great conversation. And what is your commitment to your work? What does that look like?
Yeah, my commitment to my work is to serve as many people as possible, to really awaken to people these 3 core principles that I hold dear. And I shared on my daily podcast called Love, Serve, Care. It's at the end of every episode, but it's more than just a tagline. It's really a core belief, a core value of mine. I really believe that people are born to live their lives in abundance, that we are the masters of our future, we control our freedom, and we have complete dominance of our thoughts, emotions, and habits. And if someone can hear those words and internalize them and really take it in and really have it inside of them, they're going to see new possibilities. That's my commitment, to share that with as many people as possible, to love, serve, and care for them, to help them expand. And that only comes from me doing that first. I got to practice what I preach. So I'm constantly working on myself. I'm constantly growing. As uncomfortable as it can be, as sometimes the moments that I think that I've arrived, I'm there. That is my cue that I'm about to descend, and I need to get the support, right? Ask for help. My wife has been one of my greatest champions. She's transformed my life. I could go on for days about just what she's meant for me, the coaches I've worked with, the peers that I'm connected with, my family. But I believe that solely, right? We're born to live our lives in abundance. We talked about God a little bit. He's the master creator. And if you read the book, he says we're made in his image. For me, that represents, I have creativity. This is my birthright. Mm-hmm. If you cut me open right now, it might look like blood, but it's going to be abundance pouring out. It's going to be creativity. It's going to be freedom and all these different things. Right. And that's what I stand for.
That's deep. Yeah. I believe every word you said. That's amazing. Thank you for that commitment. And I just want to commend you for having that commitment and for being here on this show and sharing your knowledge and your expertise with our viewers. And congratulations on your business. And where can they find you?
Yes, you can connect with me at alexdumascoaching.com. Mm-hmm. I'm on LinkedIn as well, so just look up Alex Dumas and you'll find me there. And I'm not a stranger. I'm a real person. It's not a bot. So if you actually message me, if you reach out to me, I will respond, I will answer, and we can connect.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you so much, Alex, for being here. It's been a pleasure.
All right. Thank you so much.
See you again next time.
Yes. Love it. Thank you.